Hey everyone, welcome back for number 24 of the Google sessions. Today we're going to look at a couple of different things and differently. Do you notice anything different? One, the background. I had to get outside. So I'm outside doing this today on a notebook computer. I don't know if the quality is going to be as good or whatever, but we'll try it out and see. Got a little earbud thing in too so you can hear me in the microphone here. So hang in there, hold on. We're going to look at two things today, both caused again by user questions. Thanks for sending me the questions. By the way, the birds are happy. It's nice out today too. So a couple of things. One is we're going to look at how to do something in Google that spurred from last week. And then another question that I've gotten a couple of times from you all, several more often than others, about how do we use Zoom with Google? Hey, welcome back. So the first thing we're going to look at is Georgie asked about and again, I use fake names until you tell me okay, so it's not really Georgie. If you write me an email and you have a question, say, feel free to use my name. First or last, tell me what you want, because if you only want to be Ron, I'll call you Ron. If you want to be Ron Doyle, that's fine too. Of course, it's not your really name, so you probably wouldn't want to do that, so just let me know. But anyway, so this Georgie asked this week, hey, you talked last week about Google collecting your information. Is that stored locally on your computer? Is it put into the cloud? The answer, yes. They put it wherever they can. It stores information. All of the websites you visit store information. You know when you get those little pop-ups that say, hey, we use cookies. I've put it on my site, although I'm totally opposed to it, but just in case. The European Union of whatever does their webs over there has declared that you have to tell people you use cookies. And then you can click on a link which is full of legal gobbledygook with lots of paragraphs and stuff that's just telling you what they use it for. They can use it like me. Mine will just basically say, my cookies are just here from other apps. If you click on a link of mine and go look at Google, they might track you if they can. They'll lay a cookie. My cookies just don't do much. I'm not tracking you in or out of the site. I'm just tracking that you were there. Really, that's what I want to know. I want to know how many people came to the site, how many people read this article, how many people did this click. So I can find that out, but I'm not gathering information and selling what type of shirts you like so I can send you ads or something. But anyway, so for now, that's it. Now, one day, if I have affiliate links or something, maybe, but I'm never going to rip you off and sell your stuff. But don't worry about it. So anyway, so how do I get rid of that information that Google has on me? But not only Google, all the other web services have on you too that you visited. So you need to think about that. It's a simple process. Then you need to make a couple of decisions when you go in there as to what you want to get rid of. So let's take a look. We're going to zoom up here to the top next to your 3-button menu item and click that and go down to Settings. Okay, right here towards the bottom, third from the bottom right now. I say right now because who knows, Google can always change. And then up at the top, I'm going to search for cache. And it's not like you put in your bank account. It's cache for memory cache. C-A-C-H-E. It's a geek term, but that's what it is. So here it is right here. Look. Clear history, cookies, cache, and more. I can click on that. And it says the basic default setting is to delete your browser history and also your cache images and files. If you go to a website, now this happens even on mine, and load a picture, your picture loads on your website, it puts a cached image of that picture in your computer. The reason is, if you go off that page and come back, the picture is going to be there faster. It's just going to pull it right up off your machine instead of having to download it again. So keep that in mind. It can take up space. It's nothing bad, but it's a space hog. So especially like a site like mine, the pictures change every week, so you clear cache whenever you want for my benefit. But anyway, all the others do it too. You go to Amazon and you're looking at whatever shoes. You look at pictures of 5 or 6 shoes. You get a little cache data on your computer about that, so it'll load quicker if you go back to that page later. So that's what that is. Cookies and other data. Now, it tries to help you here. It says this will sign you out of most sites you'll stay signed in as your Google account. Now, if you have saved your passwords or some of your cookies, like to log into sites, you're going to have to re-log in most likely if you clear that one. So I'll leave that one like it is. I don't worry about it. I don't really clear my cache that much. You've got another advanced area here that you can say, get rid of your browsing history, everything you've looked at, your download history, everything you've downloaded. Make sure that, you just wipe that out. Cookies on other sites, it tells you, and you can read through the detail. Now, passwords, I never delete because I'm lazy. And if you got the hack on my computer and you got into my computer, you'd have every password of mine for every site except for banking and financial stuff. Most of those won't allow you to keep your password. But keep that in mind. You can do that, but if you do, you're going to have to re-remember all your passwords to log into your sites. Autofill form data, that would be like if you put your name and address on things, it automatically fills it in. Site settings, I only want to see you in dark mode, or if you made choices on a site, how you want it to look. It would keep that. So anyway, hosted app data, don't worry about it, but it'll show you right there what you've got. You can click on it and uncheck it and check it. All of these you can choose. Now I'm going to leave it as the default setting on the basic. And when I click clear data, it's going to say once it's been removed from Chrome and synced devices, your Google account will have other forms, blah, 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 blah. It gives you a little write-up of what's going on. So just think about it. It might cause you a little inconvenience, but it'll secure your safety. Or secure items. Now down here you can go, and I never mess with this, but just to show you what it does, it just tells you control what information sites can use, content they can show you. So you can go through here and say, okay, on cookies, I can allow sites to save cookies. I can clear the cookies when they quit Chrome. That's fine if you want to do that. I don't really worry about it a whole lot. I just leave mine off. You can block third-party cookies, which might be good. What that means is you go to Amazon to find something, you click on that link, and then it throws in another cookie in there from the company that's selling that item. Maybe they'd get it too, something like that. And I'm not picking on Amazon. There's nothing bad or odd or weird about Amazon. Everybody does it. Blocking, you can add sites to block from their information. Again, you can just go through here and figure it out. If you ever have a question, Google it. Say, what do the site settings mean in Google Chrome for camera? Basically, that means, can sites use my camera the minute they log in? I just told mine they have to ask me before they can. So that's like if I go to a Zoom meeting, which we're going to talk about in a little while, it'll ask me if it can use my camera. The next thing, people want to know, since we're all meeting different ways than we used to, like we're not going out to eat or going to people's houses, we meet online. And we've walked through Google meetings before and the way Google Hangouts work. But people want to know Zoom, 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 Zoom. That's all we hear about is Zoom. Zoom had some troubles a little while back with some security and some settings that were basically okay. But people didn't know how to use them. So now they've set them to be automatic. So it protects you going in. I call it out of the box. As soon as you install it, you're kind of protected now. Used to you had to click it and set it. So let's take a look at how to use Zoom and set it up in Google Calendars, which is really a neat feature. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Zoom and just log in there. Zoom.us. I think if you do .com, it'll end up getting you there anyway. But it's called Zoom.us. Yeah, there you go. It changes it to Zoom.us. So it's very easy, but first you need to set up a site. Sign up here. It's free. So I'm going to click that. It wants to know when I was born. So I'm going to go down and put in my actual true birth date. So you will now know that I'm old. Okay, so there's my birthday. I'm going to hit continue. What email do you want to use? How do you want to sign up? I'm going to sign up with my Google account. It's a very secure way to sign up for things. It doesn't give them your password to Google. It just says, hey, Google verifies this is really you. So I'm logged in here as this guy. I might have to change that logo. Somebody will probably get me for advertising for, that magazine or something. But anyway, so I can schedule it directly from my calendar. Now, here's where I'm going. You can do this all right here, so it works pretty good. I'm already signed up now. I can host a meeting. I'll show you some more of that in a minute. But watch. I can download this Chrome extension, save time by scheduling your meetings directly from your calendar. Super way to do it. So I can say Chrome extension or Outlook. I do have Outlook on my computer, but I do not use it. I use Google for everything. So here it takes me over to the Google Chrome store, and it says Zoom Scheduler, and I can add it to Chrome. And you'll notice, just like other ones we talked about, it's going to put a little icon up here in just a second. There it is right there. It looks like a little camera. So we can go ahead and do that. I can click it, and let's see, I've got some options. I right-click it and do some options. One-time meeting, or do I want to use my personal meeting ID? I would say use one-time meeting ID all the time. What this does, if I set it to this, watch, it's going to give me all of my meetings will have end in a specific number. I don't want everybody kind of memorizing it or using it for nefarious purposes if they could. I think it's pretty blocked. It's very blocked now. But I just use a meeting ID every time I have a meeting. It gives a different ID, which basically just says something like zoom.us/j/ and then a long digit number with even your password encoded in if you want that. The video, let's go back up here too. Password. Require meeting password. This is now automatically checked. This is one of the security things they fixed before. So a random password or manually input the password. I don't want to put in a password, so I will let them randomly generate one for me. It's like a 6-digit number or something like that. We'll take a look. When it starts, do I want the videos host and the participants' videos to be on? I'm going to say off when it starts. They can choose to add it if they want. How do they get the audio? Do they call only through a phone number that will be given to them, through a computer, or either way? Okay, so our third-party audio, I don't mess with that. I just say telephone and computer audio. So if I have a meeting, you can call in and listen, or you can come in through your computer and your phone, if you've got a smartphone, and watch the meeting as we go along there. Enable join before host, I would say do not do that. That's one of the security issues. That way you know who's sitting in your waiting room, which is what it's called. Mute participants when they gain entry. Makes sense. You could do that if you want. Enable waiting room, yes. And include join URL location field. Sure. So, and then allow me to specify meeting options each time. I don't want to do this every time. This is where I'm going to set up all my meetings. So, I've got this information put in the way I want to do meetings, so I'm going to change it. Save changes. And then I can go right here and schedule a meeting, or I can start a meeting. So if I start a meeting, it says, do you want to have your video on or off? So I'll try on, although I don't know if it'll work here since I'm using the video for my our setup for our podcast here. I can sign in. I'm going to go ahead and use Google again because that's what I'm going to use on this account all the time. It's going to download some information just from right here. Click it when you're done. This is going to install Zoom on my computer, the software program. Safe, fine program. Don't worry about it. Join audio conference by computer. Test computer mic and speakers. Let's see if anything works. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. I can hear that in my headset. So you can't, but it plays a little ditty. Test, 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 test. So my mic is working too. So everything is working. So I can go back up to general, make a few starts, changes if I want. I would not check to start when I start Windows. Why? Only if you have a meeting, you should start it. That's easy to do. So, join audio by computer? Sure. So now, I am talking. If you notice a little icon down here on the left corner, you can see my microphone volume going in and out. Let's see if I can share my video by clicking the Start Video button. I don't know that it will work. It's already set, but it's not working because I'm using it elsewhere. So that would give my real picture on there. Manage participants. There's only me in here. Notice, too, I can share my screen. We're not going to get into all this, but I can have a chat going. So I can click this, and it opens up a chat window. I can also make this larger. And so if anybody was in here with me, I could say, hey, how you doing? Okay, and I could send that, and everybody could see it. Or I can choose individual people to send it to, but there's nobody here but me. So anyway, that's how that works. I can record this meeting. It allows you to have up to 50 people present, unless this number has changed recently. 50 people present in a meeting for a 40-minute meeting for free. It may be 100, as a matter of fact, but I think only 50 can have video on at the same time. So you could have 50 little pillbox windows in here showing you all the people that are speaking. And when they speak, it kind of lights up around their box when they're talking. So that's how it works. So that's how you just set up a meeting to start with. So I'm going to close it down, and I can go down here and end the meeting, or I could hit the X at the top. I'll be polite and do the end meeting part and say end meeting for all. And there you go. I've left the meeting. So I can say okay. Oh, a new version of Zoom is available. Okay, I'll go ahead and update now. I don't care. So that's how you work that. Now, the really good part, the easy way to set up a meeting is, I want to make sure I've saved that. Yes, I have. The really easy way to do it is this way, especially for future meetings. And I can go back to my main screen if I want, which we set up as DuckDuckGo a week or so ago. And Zoom is now updating. It's about 80% downloaded, does it say? And so I'm going to let that just run in the background. Hopefully it'll be done shortly. And probably something will pop up when it updates, so I don't know. Something may, there you go. Now it's updating Zoom. But what I'm going to do is go over here to, let's just go to Gmail and see how that's looking today. This is what's so cool. Now that I've installed that little add-on that we did right in the beginning, I can go to my calendar right here. And to set up a Chrome meeting, it's really cool because I can go out here to say, okay, Tuesday at noon, I want to set up a meeting. So I'm going to go here and I can say, hey, let's chat. More information, of course. I always hit more options. There's more you can add in here. So I go up here and say, let's chat. I can set the time from 12 to 12:30, or I could try it 12 to 1. I told you to only go 40 minutes in Zoom. So look at this. This is the old way I showed you. You could do it this way with Hangouts, but Zoom is, I'm starting to think, even better than Hangouts. So I could just hit here and say, make it a Zoom meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and get logged in here, sign in with Google again. It's very secure, making sure I'm the right person. Going to hit make it a Google Zoom meeting again. Now we're there. So for the location, it fills in that long, ugly address and all that information in there. Don't hand this out to just anybody because it's got the password reloaded. However, it's coded. That's why you can't really read much, and it's not that long. If you look down at the bottom of this meeting, it says double clicks is inviting you to schedule a meeting in Zoom. Here's the link. There's the actual link you will get emailed to you, and you can click on it and go to join the meeting. At the bottom, the meeting ID is here, and the password is here. That's going to be mostly for a phone call. If you call in, you'll need those to enter. But we'll check it and just see how it works, and you can see how the whole thing happens. I'll go to another account and join the meeting, or to another website, another browser. There we go. Now here's the cool part. You're setting up this meeting for April the 28th from 12 to 1. You want to add some guests. So I can just go in here and look for anybody I've got in my email address. I'll add one to Robin, which is a fake email address, and one to Frank, and we'll be the only ones meeting. Okay, so this is just a place set up. Then I can go in here and check other things. This tells me their calendars can't be shown. 1, because they're not real, and 2, because they aren't Google meetings. If these were Gmail addresses for real, you can sometimes be able to see their calendars if they share it with you. Just see the times available. So, do I want them to modify the event? Not usually. Can they invite others? Sure. Can they see the guest list? See we're all coming? Sure, I don't care about that, so that's fine. You could uncheck this if you didn't want them to send it to anybody else and have a private meeting. So, here you go. I'm going to send it. Or save it. It says, would you like to send Gmail to these people? Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm going to add one I can use. Let me add my real email account. Ron Doyle at Gmail. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and say, sure, let's do that. So now I'm going to send it and say, yes, send those emails out to everybody. It puts a scheduled appointment in my calendar for the 28th. And I think I had checked it to say, remind me before it pops up. Let me just check here. It'll remind me 30 minutes before the meeting starts. I'm going to delete that just so that it doesn't drive me crazy at work if I get a meeting request and I get, uh-oh, where'd that come from? So I'm going to save it, and there we go. So, don't want a reminder. So there we go. It's all set. Everything's cool, and I'm sharing Ron's calendar, so look, Ron's calendar I sent it to has it now in there, but Ron hasn't accepted yet, so the color looks a little different, I believe. When I accept it, we'll check that out. So let me go over to my other email and see what's there. Here's my email, and let's take a look here. Here's something from Ron DC Live invitation. Let's chat. I'm going to click it. Open it up. Here's what your people will receive when you send them the invite. Notice here's the people I sent it to. I can see who's in there. Here's my meeting. I can click it and join it. And so I can just click it either place. So I'll just click it here and see what happens. The schedule for then. Let's chat. Oh, look, I can't start it then. So we'll start another meeting for just a minute from now so you can see what that'll actually look like. So hold on for a second here. I'm going to leave this meeting and shut it down. Let's set one up for right now, today. I'm going to delete this and watch what it does when you do delete it. I'm going to click it. I'm going to say trash it. Would you like to send cancellation emails to the Google Calendar guests? I absolutely would, so I'll send that. And watch, in a minute or so, this will clear out too. Oh, there it goes. It's already gone from Ron's calendar, so we can see his calendar here too. So I'm going to set up one for today at, let's say, 1 to 1:30. So we can do that now. Let's meet now. So that's today, the 26th, from 1 to 1:30. I can add guests here, and I'll add Robin again. No, I'll just add me. That's fine. You all saw how that works before. So I'll add it so Ron and Ron can join this meeting together. Now I can make it a Zoom meeting. Would you like to send invites to this? The Zoom meeting starts up like this. I go in here and I open it up. It gives me all the information. Let's meet now. I'm going to click it. Now, because I'm one person using one computer for two separate meetings, I just found out a couple of minutes ago I can't do this, which I didn't think I would be able to. But basically, you hit Open Zoom Meeting. And once my side opens up, watch what comes up now. It will pop up and it'll say, please wait for the host to start this meeting. Start time was at 1. And I could test my communications and stuff. And as soon as I log in as the host, this person will get a screen pop up and say you're now in the waiting room. And I will see it on the host side, because I'm running the meeting, to let them in. So basically that's how it works. But it's very easy to do. Watch it once again. To set up a meeting, I'm going to leave this meeting. I'm going to close this down and go back to where we were before. And I'm going to go back to my calendar. It's the easiest way to do it. To the calendar. Again, just to set up a future meeting, it's very simple. Now, you can always just go to Zoom, or even start Zoom on your computer now that you've got it. I can go in here to Zoom, the app, and I can click it. And it starts up like this. And it says, do you want to sign in? Do you want to join a meeting? If somebody sends you a meeting, you can just type in the meeting ID up here, copy it and paste it. And then it'll ask you for the password. You'll have to do that. But I can sign in here as me, again with my login from Gmail, which is what I do. And this is to do an immediate meeting, and then I'll show you once more how to do the other. So I'm going to go in here as rondclive@gmail.com. So I type in the correct password and then log in. So now it logs me into Zoom, so I can start a meeting with video, start a meeting without video. I can join a meeting that's already in progress if I have the numbers from my email, and I can look up my contacts and check those out too. So I can look up my friends, coworkers, whatever I've put in here. I don't think I've allowed it to do it yet. So I'm not going to worry about contacts right now anyway, so I can search for them though. So that's how it works. Immediate meetings. And then you just got to email everybody, and it's a pain. You can copy the link and send it. Why not just do it in here and do it 10 minutes out maybe? But you just grab the date that you want. Let's say I'm going to do it Thursday at 11 o'clock. So I just click here, and I always do more options. I like seeing everything. So I'll put Thursday meeting for our group. And notice the time and the date, 30th at 11 to 11:30. Notice here there's no location or anything. I've got notifications set just like we've been over multiple times. I'm going to say make it a Zoom meeting. It pops in because I've already logged into it, so it gives them all that information. Over here I add guests who I want to add. They don't all show up, just a few show up, then you can just start typing to bring them in. So if you notice Robin, my wife, she's not there, so I could type in Robin. Okay? That's a fake email address, like it says. And then I just save it. It says, do you want to send the meeting to the people? You say yes. I hope that helps with Zoom. If a couple of you volunteer, we can go ahead and run a little Zoom meeting through Google if you want one day when I'm recording, or I can record it at any time we can talk after work hours. I can record it. We can do one and just shoot the breeze for a minute like John and I did last time when we did one with them. Could use John again if nobody signs up. Don't be afraid. Come on out. I'm not going to hurt you. All you got to do is talk. Share your screen, and we'll do a little play in here. But thanks a lot. I hope this helped. I didn't check my time, but I bet I'm at 20 minutes plus. Thanks a lot. Have a great week. Don't forget, ask me questions. Go out to Gray Haired Tech Group on Google Groups. Okay, groups.google.com. Look for Gray Haired Tech. You can ask questions there, and you can also email me here. Thanks a bunch. See you soon. Have fun and enjoy life.